Good morning. First off, I apologize if I sound a little raspy. Uh, you know, I had the COVID, and so did Miss Highway. Everyone in the house had it, and so we got over it like a week ago. And I've been back to work for a week. But oh man, in the mornings there's so much junk in my throat. So I apologize. I'll just do the best I can, and I have a good cup of coffee here. I've been drinking a lot of liquids, warm liquids, teas with honey, that type of thing. So, um, so I really didn't plan on doing this live stream. I really didn't. And what I'm doing is right now, I'm working up loads, and I'm in a chronograph for this Summit City bullet. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a 147 grain round nose beveled base bullet, and I'm working with a powder that's not in um, the modern reloading loadout book by Lee. It's the 700X. Man, I love this 700X. It's such a good powder for 9mm and 45 ACP and a few others that I'm working with. So if you get a chance if you shoot 9mm or 45 ACP, 700X is a great powder. One thing, you're going to get like 1,000 extra rounds out of, I think, I don't remember if it's a 4-pound jug or an 8-pound. You're going to get a lot more, I think, out of their small jug, which isn't quite 1 pound. I think you're going to get like 200 extra rounds. You can't beat that. Because it doesn't take as much powder to do the job, and its low density is like 0.68. It fills the case so nicely, much like a unique powder fills the case. Slide rack. Hey, it's good to see you. It was great to see you on Rumble. I really appreciated seeing you. It's good to see you. So, good morning, everybody. So I'll show you this. Before I get into my topic, I'm going to just show you kind of what I've been doing this morning and some things that you're going to see come out on my channel. I think this is really cool. So, all right, what I'm doing. So I've worked up 3 different loads this morning for this 147 grain Summit City bullet. That's what I've worked up, and now I want to show you what I got in the mail. Long live 3. It's good to see you. The first thing I got, first package, is I ordered some bullets from Missouri Bullets. These are, they're 240 grain. This is their Keith bullet, man. The package kind of broke during shipping, and I'm going to be doing a video on this bullet. And this bullet, this is the 240 grain, but it's their high-tech coating. Man, you can really push this bullet. And so I'm going to be doing a video on both of these, and I will be chronographing these bullets. And then another bullet that I'm going to be doing a video on will be right here, a Hornady XTP in the 180 grain. Man, this, I should really be able to get this cooking, and it's going to shoot a lot flatter than the 240s. And so that's kind of what you're going to see coming out on my channel for videos over the next couple of weeks. And you're wondering, well, why so much 44? 2 reasons. 1, I have a lot of 44s. 2, I just acquired myself a nice Colt Anaconda 44 Magnum. So I'll be doing some videos you'll see that revolver in the videos. I'll do some shooting with it, let you check it out, but that's what I'm loading up for. It is the nicest, smoothest revolver. Got such a smooth action, and I went into Idaho Guns and I saw it, and I picked this Colt Anaconda up, and I gotta admit, Miss Highboy, she kind of likes that, you know, especially like the Colt Python with the Florence burl. She likes that, full underlug, the vent rib on top. It just looks so awesome. She said, buy it. I go, well, okay. She's the boss. So that's what I've got coming out. We watching. I got some good 44 caliber stuff coming out, and I also want to say hi to Harold Farmer, Gun Library Garrett. Now I like that name. Who doesn't love a gun library? I love gun libraries. I do. Once again, I apologize. Getting over COVID. The Outdoorsman. I use a 240 grain XCP in my M loader and have done well out to one. Absolutely. What a great bullet. It's devastating out to 125, even maybe a little further, right? So, hey, I hope everyone has a good cup of coffee. So I was out here. I've been out here for a while, and I had my church going in the background, and I was working up these loads. I'm using this Lyman All-American 8. I'm using their Gen 6 powder measure. I love the Gen 6 powder measure. Oh, Thorn Crown. Oh, now I know who you are. It's good to see you, Thorn. So I was working up these loads, but I had something on my mind that here, we'll get rid of this guy. Whenever you see these guys, that's bad. Don't click on that. So just get rid of these guys right away. So over the last few days, I've been talking with a couple of individuals, and in our conversation, something that came up was how what others say affect us. I've always been one that I want to remain positive in a negative world. Hey, Critter 98. I love your new golf cart, buddy. I really like that. That's awesome. I love the CB. I love the whole setup. If I was your neighbor, oh, we'd be riding and we'd be talking on the CB. We'd be doing trucker stuff out of our golf cart. So anyway, this morning on my mind that I really wanted to talk about. I know there's a lot of people in this world that they struggle with how other people view them and how other people can say something that will pull us down. And my message in this video today is here to help anybody that struggles with that. Because it is real. It is. Negativity and positivity in our minds is real. It's just how we deal with it. And it's how we look into ourselves and how we view ourselves. Okay. So I'm going to say something. I'm not trying to Bill Serp Duo. Good to see you. I'm going to say something. I don't want anyone to run with this or get perverted or anything. Okay. Sometimes when you have a man and he's always bashing others, everything he has to be better than others. Old Ironhead. When you have someone like that, sometimes we'll say, oh, he must have a small penis. Okay. Now your eyes just popped out. You're like, hi boy, you do Bible studies and you're talking that way. Yeah, I'm a real person. Okay. That's the first thing you got to understand. I'm still a human being. I still live in a world. So sometimes we'll categorize some guy like that as a guy with a small penis. Okay. Whatever. I don't use that terminology in my life. I don't. But let's analyze this just for a moment. You see, the fact of the matter is a person that has to go around insulting others or degrading others, it's not that they have a small penis. It's that the way those people view themselves is very negative. And so everything that they own in their mind is small. Kind of like, here's a really good example. I'm going to use this example, and this should make sense to you. So I just bought a new new to me 2019 Ford F-250 Super Duty with the 6.2 liter gas motor. I didn't want a diesel. I don't pull very much. I'll get a camp trailer, but I'm not going to need a diesel to pull a camp trailer. Now, if you bought a diesel because you want to pull a gas trailer, or you bought a diesel because you want to drive around, I don't have a problem with that. I'm glad you bought it. I'm glad for you. Okay. But for me, I really did the math on it. Even though the diesel is going to get better mileage, I said, you know what? I think in the long run, the 6.2 is going to get me where I want to go cheaper. Okay. Well, suddenly, people that I know say, well, why didn't you get the diesel? The 6.2 is not enough to tow with. Now, I think about that for a moment. I remember guys back in the 80s pulling fifth wheels with V8 motors that didn't put out near the horsepower as my 2019 V8 6.2. My 6.2 has way more torque than some of those, than all those old Ford Chevys and Dodges with the gas motors. And those were heavier camp trailer fifth wheels back then than we have today. Today, they're even lighter. But for some reason, people think that if it's not the biggest, it won't do the job. What am I getting at? The world sells big. The world sells the best. So what happens is we can go and buy a 6.2, and then someone comes along and insults our 6.2, and what do? We go sell the 6.2 and buy the big 6.7 diesel or whatever it is, and we didn't really gain that much, all because we listened to someone else's input. In other words, make your decision off logic and not other people's input, because there's too many people in this world that base their input based off how they feel about themselves. See, this guy that we say has a small penis, okay? The fact of the matter is he is insecure inside. SS Brutal, good to have you, buddy. So this guy, we say he's got a small penis. He's really very insecure about himself, everything in his life. So he's always going to go out and buy the most expensive thing. And then what's he going to do? He's always wanting to show you why his is better. When in reality, I love it. It's good to see you, brother. Matter of fact, I have my stop sign somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. So what happens is this person who is very, very insecure inside, and they won't stop to get help. They're sick inside. They're totally sick. They're going to come to you, and I'll guarantee you, everything you have isn't going to be as good as what they have. And it goes further. It goes to how people judge you, your parents, your body, your aptitude, everything. They're going to judge you on how smart you are, on your intelligence, right? Jamester 2017, it's good to see you, my friend. So I was reading this article. It blew me away. I couldn't believe it. How there is this new thing. I forget. They've got a name for it. Um, there's people that have complexes now because they make a YouTube video or a social media video, and they're afraid to put it up because they're afraid of the negativity that's going to come back on them. Now think about that. What if this person made a video that was going to go viral and was really awesome, but yet they're so worried about what the world thinks, they don't want to upload that video, right? So they suppress themselves. So what this person's done is they've allowed the world, who is insecure, to make them have a judgment upon themselves, and they suppress themselves. See, that's what happens when Echoes Reloading Chambers. Good to see you, brother. What happens when you allow someone to insult you? You're allowing someone who is infected with insecurity to now cause you to be insecure. That's the world we live in. Since I've had my channel going on like 10 years now, it'll be January, will be 10 years. You guys know how many guys have made comments just trying to like swing at me and insult me? And it's really funny because I'll be sitting there and they'll just blast me with a comment and I delete it. And then they'll come over. I don't do shot shell. I don't. Um, it's easy though. It's not hard. But then they'll come back and they'll say, "Why did you delete my comment?" And I'll delete it because I'm not going to waste time with a person that goes around just wanting to insult people, right? I've had people, the reloader dude and me, we're kind of thin up top, right? You know how many people insult me because of my thinness? You know how many people insult me because of my physique? But guess what? I'm gonna tell you guys this. It's so true. Uh, uh, when people insult me, it motivates me. Aha. That's that's what you need to figure out. When people insult you, they're insulting you because they're envious of you. So once you realize that, now that you know they're envious of you, you're going to take what you've got and you're going to run with it and you're going to have fun and you're going to go somewhere. You're going to tackle your dreams. You're going to stay motivated. That's taking someone else's negativity and turning it into positivity, right? You can't fix someone else's negativity, but if someone else is negative and you turn that into positivity in your life and you continue going forward, those people are going to look at you and they're going to say, "Man, how does he do this?" And one day when they break down, you don't have to go back and tell them, "Well, you were negative." All you have to say is, "You know what?" Then you tell that person how worthy they are and you lift them up. Just because someone insulted you in the past doesn't mean you can't help them in the future. You can't help them by giving them advice, but when they fall on their face, you can help them up and show them their good qualities, right? Just because someone insults you doesn't mean you hate them, you despise them, you want to hurt them. Why would you want to hurt someone that feels bad about themselves who insulted you and now you have the ability to know you're doing what's right? See, when someone insults you, they just helped you to understand that you're doing what's right because you know they're envious of you. So don't hurt that person, just leave. If you hurt that person that insulted you, you're now just as bad as they are because they're already down. They're just trying to get you down to where they're at, right? So this is how it works with me. When people insult me, I get insults all the time. You know, last night about 9 o'clock, I was talking to um, one of the businesses that I am just blessed to know through my channel, the owner, and we were talking, and we kind of went on a topic of here's the topic for you. Hang on. It does take a lot of practice and patience to turn negativity into positive. It does, but that's what makes you strong. The more people insult you and the more you um, oppose it, the stronger you become. When you're fighting, when you're when you're boxing, when you're sparring, at first it hurts, but the more you take it and the faster you can move, the easier it is to overcome. Right? That's what this is, and it's real. That's why I said earlier it's real. If you don't learn to cover up and be strong, it will pull you down. That's what we got. Do you know the number one most medication in this world is heartburn? The second to that is depression. I bet you depression has overcome heartburn by now. So last night I was talking to an individual on the phone and this topic came up. And I told him, I said, you know how many guys over time have insulted me because I shoot the basic calibers? I don't, as an example, I have a 40 cal pistol. It's in my safe. I don't load the 40 cal. Why? Why don't I load 40 cal? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna tell you why. Why is it that I don't do 6.5 Creedmoor? Why is it that I don't do a 7mm08? Why isn't I don't why don't guys say you always have the boring stuff, you know? And I could let that get to me, but why doesn't that get to me? When some guy says you shoot and you reload for all the boring stuff out there, right? Why does that not bother me? Well, hey Jeff MOA, it's good to see you, buddy. I'm going to tell you why that doesn't bother me. I laugh. I laugh. Years ago, we're talking like maybe, oh my gosh, 40 years ago. I met this guy. He lived in a cabin way back. He was like a loner, but he was a really nice guy. He liked to have simple conversation, and if you showed up, he loved to give you coffee, right? He had an old lever action rifle, and he had another bolt action rifle. I don't remember what it was. And we were just talking, and he got up and he grabbed this lever action rifle and he started shooting it. He was amazing. I thought the a lever action 30-30 is so limited in its ability, but that guy made that rifle go beyond its capability. He was good. Why was he so good? There's another thing. Why didn't he have every caliber under the sun? It's because for his needs, that 30-30 did everything. So for me, the reason I don't have 10 million calibers, some guys go, yeah, I load for 83 calibers. I don't. The calibers I load for are the ones that are proven to me. The guns that I shoot are the ones that are proven to me, okay? And what's better? A guy that can have 80, he reloads for 80 calibers, has a billion guns. I've seen guys that own a lot of guns. And when they're going through their guns, some of them, they don't even know how to check them. They don't know how to do a basic field strip on it, right? Every one of my guns, some of them I haven't torn down for a while, but I know how to get them down. I know how to field strip them. I know how to shoot them. Who do you want to get in a gunfight with? The guy that's got, 10,000 guns, he doesn't shoot them all very well, or the guy that has one, and man, he's good. And he makes that 30-30 run like you've never seen. You see, guys, they can come along and say, yeah, you don't load all this. You only have this basic stuff. You're boring. But guess what? That guy, he might be the crummiest shot in the world. He might not really be able to handle his guns. But you know what? I'm going to tell you guys something. I can shoot. The guns I have, I can shoot. And I'll tell you something else. The calibers I load for, they're effective. They work. And I'll tell you something. I told this to the guy, Mac man, what's up, buddy? Um, I was talking to this business owner last night, and I told him, and reloader dude, you always make me forget what I was going to say, and you're laughing. I know you are. I got to have a cup of coffee here. So I told the business owner this last night. I said the reason companies come out with more calibers, they need something to sell. If everyone only loaded the calibers we have today, if every reloader went out and bought all those dies, then the company would really sell no more dies, other than attrition of new people, coming of legal age coming into the game. And guess why companies make all these new guns? Because they need something to sell, right? So now let's take a look at this guy that says you shoot boring stuff. You're just a basic reloader. You don't know the high-end reloading. Well, let me tell you something. The 40 cal pistol I have in my safe, I got that pistol before my home was paid for. And I told myself I wasn't going to buy the dies until my home was paid for. That's how much it meant to me to get out of debt. Why would I want to take another pistol and buy the dies and start loading for it when I got other calibers in my handguns I shoot that are every bit as effective and will do what it does? I don't have to spend the money. And guess what? My house is paid off. I still haven't bought the dice because I don't feel like I need to just rush right out and conquer another caliber. Well, I think here in the next couple of months I'll start loading for the 40 cal. Now let me tell you this. I think the coolest thing in the world is some dude that has a lot of caliber he loads for, and he knows them really good, and he knows all his firearms. That's the best it can be. So I'm not saying that because you shoot a lot of calibers and you shoot a lot of firearms that's bad. I'm saying don't judge the guy that just shoots basic stuff. And if that's you, every time someone wants to insult you, just know something. They're insecure. I know a guy, okay, that owns over 400 guns. He has so many dies in his shop, he has to stack them on the floor. He knows everything about his guns. He can tear his guns down in his sleep. He can do everything he needs to those guns. And if anyone went over to him, he would help them and he would never insult them. That's who you want to be. You want to be someone that you don't allow others to tear you down, to put you in a position to second guess yourself, right? And you want to be that person that as you gain the knowledge and the experience, you turn around and help someone. Robin Sharpless taught me a saying. Robin Sharpless from Reading Reloading. Never look down on somebody unless you're looking back to help them up. Robin taught me that, and that is how he lives. That's how I live, and that's how I want to live. So when someone insults you, someone's going to insult you, understand something. They are insecure. The question is are you focused on your goals? If someone insults you, you keep focused on where you're going. And don't feel like you have to go out and conquer all your goals in one day to prove this person wrong. When someone insults you, it is not your business to inspire or insult them in any way. You're not going to do anything to model to them of how great you are. If someone insults you, what you do is you look at where you're headed and you're like a turtle, a little bit each day, a little bit each day, a little bit each day. And in 10 years, that person that insulted you, you won't even remember them. Be gone, right? And where will you be? You're going to have 10 years of turtle experience. And because you didn't try to learn it all really fast, you know it all really well, okay? Uh, so I'm telling you guys this because right now in our world, there's a lot of people that suffer from that. I know. I know it. And there's a lot of you guys that agree with me on this. I'm not saying everyone struggles with this, but there's a lot of people that do. And how do I know that? Because simple. When heartburn medication and depression medication are your two most popular medications, and people take those medications to work to get through their day, you know we live in a negative world. And what do people do? When people insult them, they take it home and they allow it to drag them down, and you don't want to be that person. Guys, I don't take depression meds. I don't take meds to get rid of heartburn. I don't take meds to help me sleep. And guess what? Every day I get up and I thank the good Lord that I got another breath of air. And I just ask the Lord, where do you want me today? Right? And then through my day, I enjoy the blessings from God. And I don't worry about all that negativity, the insulting. Um, Hey, SS Brutal, how you doing, buddy? Andrew. So anyway, that is my that's my message today. If I could help one person who's out there struggling, you sit back, and I'll tell you this: I get a lot of guys that want to start reloading, and they feel like they got to have these huge setups because of what their buddies told them. You're not competing; you're starting, and you're going to take baby steps, right? So it's important to know. So there we go. Darren Rudens, as a drill sergeant in the Army, I inspired a lot of privates to be nice to each other. Excellent. Yeah, that's it. And he inspired them. You know, how do you inspire people? You inspire people that look up to you. If someone insults you and you let that upset you, how's anyone going to look up to you, right? So instead, when someone insults you, just tell them have a nice day. Say, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. You go on about your day. And then as you meet people in the world who they're hungry, and they see you, that's your chance to inspire someone. Why inspire a dead horse who's negative on themselves that you can't help? But you can inspire someone who sees you and they want what you've got, and they see you as a good example. That's how, I got to tell you, I never got any of my good qualities in my life growing up from negative adults, but my good qualities came from, as an example, I was a paper boy, and I had certain customers who they were the neatest, and they knew something about me. They knew I liked them and admired them. And one of those guys was a military man who taught me how to change the oil on his truck because he was so awesome that when he'd be out, I would just want to walk up and talk to him. And he knew that. And so one day he says, Hey, I'm going to change the oil on my truck next week. Do you want to help me? See, he inspired me. You can be the same way. So instead of letting people be negative to you, be an inspiration to others and keep yourself focused on what you want to do in life. You know what? I've been doing this channel almost 10 years, and guess what? Over the next 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to see videos coming out on the boring 44 Magnum. I had a guy, I've deleted his comments. He is so mad at me. He is going off. I did the video talking about why Ruger's not going to be making revolvers. And he's going off and he's telling me, yeah, you revolver guys are dead. You guys suck. you're not semi-auto, you're not good enough, and he's saying, you cram your old revolvers with the sun, and he just hates it, right? Well, guess what? I'm gonna make some videos on the single action revolvers, the double action revolvers, 44 Magnum. Uh, the reloader dude would be mad at me if I didn't, right? And I would be mad at myself if I didn't, because I don't care what this guy over here has to say. I'm going to enjoy what I like, and I'll share it with you. That's how you want to be. Take what you like and share it with others, and that's the best that it can be. So there you go. I don't want to beat a dead horse. It's a simple topic, but I do know there's so many people out there that that we we can inspire and make their lives better. So there we go. So I'm really pretty excited because me and Miss Highboy, we're going to jump in my Super Duty, the one with the little itsy bitsy 6.2 gas motor. Um, uh, Reloader dude, you're just wired up today. I get to be with my wife today. I love to be with my wife. She can just sit in that little seat and we can go down the road. I'm going to be honest with you. Other than just taking a few breaks to go shooting, I would rather be with my wife than be alone shooting. I would rather just go do something with my wife that made her happy and just go and shoot by myself. Now, what's great is she goes shooting with me. So I just love to be with my wife. And I hope that that's how you guys are. That if you're married, that you have a relationship, that you've inspired your wife and you want to be so much like her and she wants to be so much like you, that you want to be together. So that's what I'm doing today. Gonna hang with my wife. Ocean 374. I like the 44 mag. Well, I do too. We got a lot in common. Outdoorsman, I like boring 44s. Not boring to me at all. I'd like to figure out a chest holster for bear sidearms. Um, uh, Jeff, I'm away. Oh, you're 400 miles from home and stuck. I will be right there to get your revolvers. You think I've got your revolvers now? You wait. Yeah. But what'll happen is I'll get to Reloader Dude's house. I'll go in there and he'll have a mud pie. And because he knows I get distracted by desserts. And once I eat it, I forget why I was there. And I leave without the revolvers. That's how he is. But see, this mud pie that he's going to make me, it's questionable what's really in it. So you got to watch Reloader Dude. So, uh, 10 round mag ban passed in Washington last night. So the revolver is more alive than in years. And that's a sad reason to have revolvers so come back in popularity. But it's like I say, I have guys that say, well, why do you have so many lever action rifles? Two reasons. One, I really like them. Just like Reloader Dude, he loves lever action rifles. And two, um, before you pull the trigger, something mechanical has to happen by you. They really can't outlaw it. It's like the old age. That's the original semi-auto rifle. Just being funny. Right? It's the high capacity rifle. As high capacity as you could get for that time. So I really like the lever action, but it's too bad that's why I have to own them, because there should be no limit on a magazine. There shouldn't be. And there shouldn't be a limit on the death sentence either. You murder, rape, or molest, you die, and then we wouldn't have to worry about all these stupid gun laws. We could just all have what we want. But that's another story. Any comments? I'm taking my wife to breakfast this morning. That's what I'm doing. Miss Highboy and me, she doesn't really realize this yet, but she knows we're going somewhere. Okay. She thinks we're going to go to McDonald's and get like a sausage muffin. No. I'm going to take her to a restaurant where we get to sit down and have a nice breakfast. and then we're going to have a nice romantic day. I'm so excited. So, what are you guys doing today? Cesare Lafaro, Jeff MOA said it. Everyone should spend time with their other half. It's more important than you think. It is, yeah. YouTube 13 lever action rifle is better than money in the bank. Yeah, yeah, you said it. Oh yeah, it's way better, and it's better than diamonds in your safe. Lever guns are pretty high priced at the moment. I see them going for way over. Okay, I'm gonna talk about what YouTube 13 and the outdoorsman is saying. Man, lever action rifles, that is better than money in the bank. But I'm seeing how last night I was on Gunbroker looking at, you know, lever action rifles, and I just had to shake my head saying, I wouldn't buy any. I remember back in I'm going to say in the early '80s, going into we had a local pawn shop, and they had these old whiskey barrels with the tops cut off, and they would have all these lever actions in their muzzle down, and you could just go through there and look at them. They had them really nice lined up in there. That was really cool. $100. They were $100 rifles. Like all these military rifles that I don't know if you all know this. I don't know. All these old military rifles, the Mosin, the Gaunt, the AKs, the SKSs, lever action rifles, back in the day were cheap. Cheap. They were thought of surplus. Cheap. But then YouTube came along and certain gun channels, because someone was popular and they held it up and said, I love this, suddenly prices went up. And because we could see places like Gunbroker and certain sites, they all would raise their prices kind of together, and it formed kind of in a way, lever action rifles and old surplus military rifles are in a way very much inflated because of the influence that some people have had on them, and the price just went up. That's my opinion. Okay. So Wally Overman, wife home today, needed a day off for sure. We are setting up furniture on the porch per her request. Awesome, man. Give her a good big old hug for us, and you guys enjoy your day. The outdoorsman, yep, I got a 33 grain stainless 3030 and paid under 600 now. Same gun as 1800. Yeah, I don't know what you meant by 33G. I'm sorry. Oh, 336. I was like, 33G. Is this something I don't know? 336. I love Marlin. I do. Yeah, Milsurp Dual. They're still affordable. You just have to get the right ones, and you got to find them that are affordable. YouTube 13. I inherited a 336 and 444 with a bunch of ammo. Now the ammo is worth more than the rifle. That's funny right there. Very good. Well, I'm going to have a live stream at 4 o'clock. It's going to be a great live stream too. I don't know what it's going to be on, but it's going to be a great live stream. It's going to be about reloading. I have all these topics in my head. That's why I just got to figure out which one I want to do. Todd, good morning. I'm a new to reloading and love your videos. You are awesome. I love the name, Todd. Just straightforward, I love that. Jeff Moy, that's exactly correct, Cowboy. I was due to YouTube that certain firearms went through the roof. That's exactly correct, Highboy. It was due to YouTube that certain firearms went through the roof. Yeah, because someone popular can say, they can review an old gun and tell you how much it means to them, and everyone wants that. And guess what? Price goes up. It's good to have you, Todd, and Mac Man. It's good to see you, brother. So okay, 4 o'clock today. Um, I will have my live stream. It will be a great live stream. Now, there's one thing I got to say. We're taking a drive. If we get delayed, the live stream could be a little later. But we'll try. Put it this way, guys. We're going to take a drive, and we're going to hit gun shops. Okay. If you want to know what I'm doing today, we are going gun shop hopping. So I'm going to have a live stream today, but if I'm wheeling and dealing and get caught up in the deals a little longer, then my live stream could be delayed. But I'll try and be as efficient as I can. And we're going to have lunch with the family. We got a little place we're going to go. Family's going to meet, and we're going to have lunch. So that's kind of how my day's going to go. So, okay. So this is, oh, I am Mountain Time. Right now for me, it's 7:34. So in 8.5 hours, I will have my live stream. And that's why I don't know what it'll be on, because I might get right back and turn it on, and I won't have much ready. Of course I can make it ready. But that's what we're doing. We're gonna go get some breakfast, and we're gonna start hitting gun shops as they open, and we're gonna look at guns, and we're gonna look at reloading supplies. I'm looking for primers in every nook and cranny. And we're gonna go from gun shop to gun shop to gun shop to gun shop, and then we're going to have lunch with the family, and then shoe shopping. We are shoe shopping. Yes, we. She had this. Now I'm busted. Yes, we're going to shoe shop, and I might get a set of boots while I'm there. So anyway, because D&B Supply has 20% off on shoes and boots, or clothes and shoes, and they have 10% off on everything else, including tools. And D&B Supply sells guns, and D&B Supply's prices are very, very competitive. It's just that they don't sell used guns. But I love D&B Supply because they are pro Second Amendment, and they sell guns. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So I'll give you a report of what I see. Okay, here we go. I want everyone to type gun shop hopping. It's the newest fad, gun shop hopping. I wish all of you lived here. We would all meet, and we would all have a map of what gun shops we're going to, and all of us would hit gun shops. Could you imagine that? How fun that would be? Michael, gun shop hopping. So SS Brutal is out. Harold Farmer is out. Jerry W. is out. MacMan is out. Jeff MOA is out. So you know what I might do? I might pick a day 8 weeks from now that I'm going to reserve to gun hop, and you guys are gun shop hop, and you guys can gun shop hop. I'll tell you what, any of you that can, go out and look at some guns today. When I come back at 4 o'clock and I strike it up, we can talk about it. How's that? Let's do a live stream gun shop hop, and let's kind of talk about what we're seeing. Are you guys in? You guys in on that? Heck yeah. I was just thinking about doing some gun shop hopping with some buds off and on. Jay Miller. See, I love that. Just Jay Miller. I love it. Todd. Jay. We got Todd. We got Jay. Yeah. Well, finding oldies but goodies. That's right. Okay. 4 o'clock. Going to talk about gun shop hopping and other topics. Guys and gals, that's the end of this video, and I am taking Miss Highboy to breakfast. We'll see you shortly.